EJ here with Learning to Live Fitness. Thank you for clicking on the video today. By the title, you can tell this video is going to be about the scale, okay? The dreaded scale that we all get on and we probably all put way too much emphasis on. So, basically, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because if you've been following the channel, you know we just finished, as of this weekend, a 12-week cut. So the last 12 weeks we've been dieting pretty hard, so the scale's been a really big part of that. Now, I have developed, in my opinion, a very bad habit. I got to the point where I was literally weighing myself probably 3 or 4 times a day, okay? And that's just, first of all, it's ridiculous, and I know better. I know what affects the scale, okay? So just a quick rundown in case people are new to the channel, or you know, have been following the channel and may just not understand the struggles that you can have with just a plain Jane scale, okay? So here's the issue with, if the only thing you're looking at is a number on a scale, these are the issues. Number one, it's just the mass of your body, okay? It's a number that represents how much your body weighs at that particular moment. It does not take into account any of the various aspects that can be affecting that number. It's literally weighing your entire bone mass, your muscle mass, fat, water that your body's storing, food that you've ingested and not fully digest yet. We can talk about cortisol that could be like inflammation in different parts of your body, whether it be from trauma or stress can cause cortisol levels to go up, which will make your body retain fluid. So the number on a scale is just a really bad way to measure day to day, okay? Now, the scale and the number is beneficial in increments. So if you want to weigh weekly or monthly and you want to see that number consistently start going down, that's a positive thing, because that's going to show you a consistent drop, that you are losing probably mostly fat. Now, depending on your calorie intake and how fast you're losing weight, you can sacrifice muscle if you try to do it too much. But for me, I was letting it get way too emotionally involved. Like, so I'd weigh myself in the morning and be in a bad mood because of maybe the number not being exactly what I wanted it to be, or you know, if I had a little bit of a slip up on my diet, if it immediately reflected on the scale, I just like freaked out and was like, oh my goodness, like I gotta figure out a way to get this weight off. So how have I went about trying to correct this? Okay, so we ended this 12-week cut. I have decided that I'm going to weigh myself once a week, okay? So I weighed myself last Saturday, and then what I have to do, I just had to take the scale and I just put it in my closet, because I know if I leave it in my bathroom where it's always been, I'm going to stand on it. I'm a very numbers-oriented person. I always have been. I want to know, I want to be able to measure things. I'm very black and white. So that's always been a struggle for me. So I just had to put it up, and I've noticed an immediate change in my mood, not weighing myself daily. I seem to feel better. I don't get as fatigued mentally with, you know, eating. I don't stress out so much about, oh my gosh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. When am I going to eat that? Is it going to affect my weight later tonight? Like, I don't worry so much about just everything. It was building this anxiety that was just useless to me. Like, it wasn't benefiting anybody. It was stressing me out, stressing my family out. Like, it just wasn't worth it. And that, guys, that's part of what comes along with some extreme dieting, I guess. Like when you have like a set like time period that you're doing it in. Ultimately, it's not necessarily worth it. I mean, if you're not, we weren't getting ready for a show or we weren't getting ready for some competition or anything like that. It was just kind of a fun, so we thought it would be fun, way to compete with each other and do a weekly update with you guys to let you all know, that how we were doing with it. Do I wish we would have done it a little differently? Yeah, maybe, but I think it was a good learning experience, and I think ultimately that's what's gonna that's what's gonna be repeating. I'm gonna go through some phases where I'm gonna have to put on a little weight so that I can put on some muscle. Because here's the thing, guys. Like I said, one of my goals is to put on muscle mass. You can't put on muscle mass without being at a surplus of calories. And I'll be honest with you guys, it terrifies me to be at a surplus of calories, partially mentally. It's scary for somebody that's lost that much weight. It's a scary thing to think about the number going up. But the part that's not as scary is that I feel like I'm in control. And I know that if I get to a point that I'm not liking the number, or it's not working the way I want it to, I'm confident that I can rein it in and do what I need to do to cut the weight off. I think I've got that down to a science. Now, will I weigh more this coming Saturday than I weighed this past Saturday? I'm going to. Various reasons. One, going through that cut, I was pretty much fasting 18-ish, so about 18 hours before my weigh-ins. So when I weighed 193, almost 194 pounds, that was about 18 hours fasted or so. So immediately, the next day I eat, I'm going to be holding water, and I'm going to have food in my digestive system and all those kind of things. So yeah, I'm gonna put on some weight. But here's the thing, guys, is I'm there's a point where we're gonna stop losing weight. Okay, am I there yet where I don't think I'll ever go below 193 again? No, I don't think so. I don't really know. What I do know is that right now I was getting to a point where I was not really enjoying life, because I was so focused on this number, not focused on how I felt or how my body looked, how my clothes fit. Okay, I mean, guys, this is an extra large shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's big and loose. I mean, I'm usually wearing a large shirt now, and it's like I was not giving myself credit for how far I've come, and that if it wasn't going lower and lower and that number wasn't going down, that I was failing somehow. So mentally, I just had to take a step back. I got through the 12 weeks because that was the goal I set, and I got through it okay. And I'm really happy with the progress I made. And I'm not trying to sabotage all that progress and put all that 30-some pounds I lost on. But, to be honest, guys, I'm going to probably put like 10 of it back on pretty quickly, just in water and just eating normally. Because I was cutting calories pretty significantly for the level of activity I was doing. And I also want to start implementing rest days. But I'm going to talk more about rest days in another video. But that's something I've really struggled with. But again, check out the next video. It probably will be about rest days and what's so important about those. But anyway, guys, this was my video. Wanted to talk about my struggles with the scale, and mentally how, I think it can really be a detriment to your overall life. Because, I mean, you're going to get stressed out. You have to look at more than just that number on the scale. You have to be able to think about the clothes you're wearing. Something I wish I would have done was take more measurements, of my chest and my waist and my arms and all those things before I started losing the weight, because those are all what is referred to in the fitness industry as non-scale victories. You've seen me post some of those about different exercises that you couldn't do before, but now you can. I mean, those are all things that are progress. And the thing I think I lost sight of a little bit was that this is not a sprint. This is not a I guess when we got in the mindset of this 12-week things, it was like, oh, 12 weeks and that'll be it. But I think I lost sight that this is something that's not going to end. So it's not the end of the world if I only weigh myself once a week. I mean, I have the rest of my life to weigh myself, and weigh myself every week if I want to, and kind of see how my body's responding to what my nutrition's like. So just if you're struggling with that number, and you think you're weighing yourself too much, maybe just take a break, and not a break like, don't go off the deep end and go into all your bad old habits, but let yourself enjoy the lifestyle. Do your meal prep, eat the food you're supposed to eat, but don't do it day to day because of the number. Eat the food because you know that's the amount of food you should eat that day. And if you're feeling like you need a little extra, maybe have it, but try to just listen to your body more. And that's what I think the next step in my journey is. If you got 100 pounds to lose, that number is gonna be significant. You want to see that number get lower. At this point, I've lost, like I said, I guess as of Saturday it was 210 pounds. So we'll just say about 200 pounds I've lost. Okay, so I think I'm getting to the point in the journey where I'm gonna have to listen to my body a little bit more, and because I want to. My next goals are, I'd like to put on a little more muscle, but I want to do it the right way. I don't want to gain 40 pounds just to have to cut off, 30 of it or 35 of it. So I'm going to try to do that the right way. Just kind of listen to my body, see how I'm feeling, and go from there. But guys, if you have any questions, comments, if you're struggling with this, comment below, let us know. I want to hear from you guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up right over here. Also, the new shirts are still available on the website. This is the old design, which I believe is sold out now. But go check out the new design. It's ltlapparel.com. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All the links are in the description below. And until next time, we'll see you.